Hello friends! Welcome to another watercolor portrait video. I have this video set in real-time speed with some portions cut, mostly where I'm just mixing colors off to the side and my arm blocks the whole heckin' screen. This portrait or illustration thingy, or whatever, starts off with a sketch in red Kohl Erase color pencil. I keep it very general, light, and loopy, so that I can start to add detail with this next layer by drawing with watercolor. For the watercolor in this piece, I'm using Prima Tropicals set. The line work is done with a teeny brush, the smallest I have that still keeps a nice tip, and this vibrant deep red with as little water as possible to keep the line going, to keep the color still as intense as possible. Watching back this footage, I think I know why so many other artists filmed their work off to the side. Seeing my hand covering so much of the page is driving me crazy. Is that just me or does it bug you too? Oh, hey. That's a good question for the comments. Tell me if the hand is no big deal or if you want it out of the way too. While you're at it, if you could hit that little thumb button, that would be a huge help to me because likes help other people find my videos too. Thanks! So drawing the hair takes the most time out of all of it, which is a good thing because I love drawing hair. I want it to stay loose and soft, so I keep the lines loopy and flowing as well. One reason I love drawing the lines in with a brush instead of a pen is the easy variation in line width, which plays well with that flowy feeling. Not a very technical description at all, but hopefully you sense what I mean. If you want, I can try to explain it again, and there's another super cool question for the comments section. Does anything I say make sense? Okay, line work is done. We can start to fill in the painting. I'm starting with a similar red on the cheeks and nose because that's adorable and we're here to make cute stuff. I pull the same color into the hair because why not? I want the red to feel balanced, so pulling some of that into the rest of the painting will make it not out of place. Leave gaps in the hair to suggest highlights, and because the contrast of leaving blank paper gaps is part of what makes watercolor lovely and different from other mediums. Now I'm adding a touch of yellow ochre to the skin to differentiate it from the hair more. Also probably because I have red and blue, so yellow is the next logical step, as I can't seem to escape from using primary color schemes in my work. So many tubes, dozens of color tubes, all ready to be mixed into a rainbow of delight. And what do I use? Red, yellow, and blue. Now we're going back in with blue again. Oh boy! Filling out the background with some soft shapes. I didn't have any plan for the background, so I'm just winging it, feeling out what seems right as I go. Generally, a solid blocking of color seems to add interest without distracting from the main portrait. So that's what I'm doing here, making it soft and loopy instead of angular, since the girl is soft too and I want to keep that feeling. Now I'm going back in with a deep purple shade to emphasize some edges, mostly parts of the eyes, bottom of the nose, and the split of the mouth. After putting those in, I realized the hair around the face would benefit from some of the added contrast too, and I choose some main lines in the hair to emphasize. I try to think about where the shadow might hit, where the biggest sections of the hair are, and use those guesses for where to add these deeper lines. Again, using that tiny brush. Back to yellow. I'm using some bright blend to add warmth to her face and a bit more depth. Now I'm adding white gouache, a type of opaque and matte watercolor paint, to fix some of the shadows on the face and to add highlights. Highlights are the most fun, the icing on the cake if you will, but unlike real frosting, it's easy to have too much. Highlights, that is. Not convinced you can have too much frosting. Because the layering is never done, I go back in for another round of deep purple lines to emphasize some of the features I want to pop the most, like her chin and jawline, the inner lines of the lips, hair, just framing the face, and of course her eyes again. Almost done, but not quite satisfied. I go back in with a light wash of that purple color to give a touch more depth and more shape to the hair, since the whole thing is feeling a bit too flat now. There we go! Cute watercolor portrait illustration done. Hope you enjoyed this journey and listening to my silly voice. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon if you'd like to know when my next video is posted. Leave a comment too. I'd love to hear what you want to see or if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to help. Thanks and see you next time.